Paul freaking post the day I'm fighting with David. I'm like, Lord, are you trying to tell me something?
My baby, I like you. My baby, I die for you. See you, I see you. My baby, I ride with you. My baby, I don't cover that, I die for you. I pray to the Lord.
And welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Musani coming back to you with another video. So on today's video I am doing, before I get there, guys, about a couple of days ago I woke up and I was like on 500 subscribers, and girl, I'm not excited. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. I really do appreciate it. I really do. So because of that, just to say thank you to you guys, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. It's not a money giveaway as yet. Do stay tuned for more giveaways. I am giving away my old camera because I'm not using it anymore, and I think it would be a great opportunity for someone who has a YouTube channel and that doesn't have the right equipment and stuff like that. I know what a hustle it is to get proper equipment and stuff, and I'd like to help someone, just one person. So I will be doing the giveaway on Instagram. Please do stay tuned on my Instagram. I did link my Instagram account down below in the description box. And yeah, without wasting any further time, let us dive right into the video. On today's video, I'm doing a mukbang. Right, you guys won't be able to see my plate. I'll try hold it up so that you guys see, and you guys will see me eat, but unfortunately you can't see my plate because setting up the setting was not easy and stuff, but we'll get there as time goes. So on today's video we're doing a mukbang. I'll be eating these hot spicy noodles. Yeah, these hot thumbnail. If you know, you know. I don't know why this barcode is still there. But how many are in here? This is a 5-pack. I'm going to do 4 packs, and because I don't think I'm gonna be able to stomach everything. I wanted to do a challenge actually, but I have no one to do it with, so I decided to do a story time and a hot spicy story time, right? So everything's gonna be spicy up in here. I hope you guys do enjoy this video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. I don't know if this hair is going to be a problem, but I hope not. It shouldn't be. So yeah, I'm quickly going to make these, and then I will be right back. Stay tuned. Yeah, I found a way of doing it. So I'm putting this on top of my kettle box. How creative, right? I guess that's what YouTube is all about, creativity. So for drinks, obviously if it's a story time, you've got to have your Savannah. I'm having a Savannah, and I also have sparkling water in case it's too hot and I can't handle it. So yeah guys, let me pour the spice. So once upon a time, let's dive right into it, right? Once upon a time in Gamo's world, there were 2 guys. She wasn't dating. I was obviously not like, this looks delicious. I was obviously not dating both these guys, but I literally, okay, let me start it properly so you guys understand, right? So there was, who do I call these guys? There was, it actually smells quite spicy. There was Paul and there was David, right? Paul was, I wouldn't say he was uptight, but he was the most consistent man that I've had in my life for the longest time. I'm not saying I've never had consistent people, but he was like the most consistent. And Paul was like, I don't know, man, he was an ex, and at that time Paul and I were not talking. When the story begins, Paul and I aren't talking, right? That time I'm dating David. David is the most inconsistent guy I've ever come across in my whole entire life. David and I would get along for 3 months, break up for a week, get back together, break up for 6 months, get back together, ever since my high school days, and it's been like that forever, right? So for the first time in my life, or in our lives, David and I think I missed myself. This tastes weird, but it's a little spicy. It's not okay, maybe I spoke too fast. This is really spicy. So where was I? So for the first time in our lives, David and I decided to take things up a notch. Like we were doing good. Like we were actually consistent with each other. Let me not just put the blame on him. Let me put the blame on us. Sometimes I'd break up with David also because he wasn't doing the right things, man, you know? This is, I don't know what this is, but I'm just pouring it in. It came with the noodles. So David and I were doing good. We were growing stronger. I even met David's parents, you know? We were really, really, really doing this thing for the first time. For the first time, we were actually being boyfriend and girlfriend, like proper boyfriend and girlfriend. And things were doing good. And then one morning, I wake up and... Okay, no, not one morning. So there was a girl on Instagram. Hi, guys, social media. There was a girl on Instagram who was very, very funny. Like, obviously, I was not like posting David, but I would post his hand, or I'd post in his car, or, you know, I would just, you know, show the world that I'm not single. Just because I'm not posting him doesn't mean he doesn't exist. So yeah, David and I had that kind of relationship, and this girl was so inquisitive with my life. I actually didn't know her till she started. I knew her, like, as I said, David and I had our ups and downs, right? So she was one of the girls that had a thing. Ew, my hair fell in here. Oh, this is so disgusting. She was one of the girls that David would not leave me for, but he just had a thing of leaving, like I said. And they dated when me and him broke up, and me and her had mutual friends. So I guess that's how she got to know me, or I don't know. I don't know if he told her, like, I don't know. I'm not even interested. Guys, it's so difficult talking and eating. So here goes our first bite. I hope this is not This is really spicy. This is definitely really spicy. Spicy and nice. I think I'm addicted. I'm gonna get addicted to these. Guys, I have hiccups. This is really, really, really okay. I'm not okay. Okay, maybe a savannah will. These are really spicy, but I like it. So yeah, as I was saying, this girl had a relationship with him, and then he broke up with her, or they broke up. I don't know who broke up with who. And then David was back in my life. Right. Guys, I need some air. David was back in my life, and things are doing good, as I was saying. So she starts DMing me, and she starts asking me weird questions like, how old am I? And at first, I mean, I get DMs like that a lot on Instagram, right? Weird ones. And I found it weird, but I didn't find it that weird to a point where I'd give her all my attention. But at one point, she asked me if I was dating David, right? And I was like, okay, now she is up to something. So I wanted to know more about this girl. So I started, and then I remembered, I was like, oh, this is the girl, right? So I confirmed, and this other mutual friend we had was like, yeah, it's her, right? So I started being very vigilant, obviously, and I was very nice to her. I didn't give her any attitude. Guys, these are really spicy, right? I didn't give her attitude or anything. And then this other time she asked for my numbers. Whew. Oh, guys, no. Yeah. It's like, I don't know, the more it goes in, I feel my intestines burning. Okay, so the more oh, my lips are burning. Am I gonna finish the story time? I'm not gonna give up. The more she started texting, and then she what am I saying? Oh, she asked for my numbers, and then I gave her my numbers, and then she called this other morning, and that's when everything changed with me and David, because she told me that David made another girl pregnant, right? And obviously she told me more things that are very confidential. I'm obviously not gonna like put them out there, because she told them to me in confidence. And I called David and I was like, babes, I need help in the house. Can you please come quickly? Right? And he came that morning, I remember. And I know David. I knew that if I was going to tell him over the phone, chances of me seeing him after 8 months were very high. And I would live with that till I see him again. So I needed to confront him 9-9 like this. Yeah? These are nice, but at the same time, right? So, guys, if you don't like spicy stuff, don't try this. It's not advisable. So David comes, and I remember I was sitting on top of my bed, and he walked in, and from my face, he knew something was up. Because I was thinking, dude, after all we've been through, I thought this is us building, you know? I thought we have grown. I thought me and you are literally building, you know? And I was like, when he walked in, I couldn't hold it. I thought I was gonna hold it. But when I saw him, I just lost it. I was like, so I heard that you got this girl pregnant. And this is the same girl that he used to cheat on me with for the longest time, and I'd find out and stuff like that. But I don't know if he was cheating with me on her or cheating with her on me. I don't know, but but he did actually say, it's not an I think situation, he did say there were times when he did confess that it was me and her. Like, it depended on what or how his life was at that point, and it depended on who he needed. So he said when he was fine, he would come to me, and when he was going through it, he'd go to her, because I don't know, I had something she didn't have and she had something I didn't have. I really don't know. So my girl is pregnant. What frustrated me was not, I think more than anything, it is the fact that we're in a relationship, and obviously we're doing this. And obviously, I mean, if you got another girlfriend, it means another girl pregnant, it means you're having unprotected sex with someone else, and you're putting my life in danger, right? You can just imagine sitting in the house, and then the next moment you are positive and you're not the one that's out there. It was really, really frustrating for me. So I was like, you know what? Look, I really want to know what's going on. Now, David packed his clothes and walked away, literally just like that. He had his clothes in my place, obviously, so he took whatever that was his and he walked away. he packed and he walked away. And and then that same day I went to a yip. I was invited to a party that I wasn't even gonna attend because I knew the formality of that party. And I attended, and it was this other guy's birthday celebration, and he liked me. But I was distraught. Like, I was just like, I'm not doing this to myself, you know? So I go on WhatsApp, and for the first time, guys, and when I mean for the first time, I don't know if he blocks me when he posts or what, but for the whole year, I've dated Paul, right? This is where Paul now goes in. I've dated Paul, and he posts, but he hardly really post. He'd rather send me stuff and we laugh about them, but he was that guy that doesn't post. So Paul freaking post the day I'm fighting with David. I'm like, Lord, are you trying to tell me something? Are you trying to tell me something? Right, guys, you already know where the story's going. Before you know it, I don't know what to drink. I think I texted. I don't know if I said something on the post. I don't know what happened, but before you knew it, Paul and I were talking, and I was just like, God is trying to give me a sign. God is trying to give me a sign. He's saying, your man is back, and go get him. Before you know it, I'm leaving a yip. I'm telling the birthday boy, happy birthday. It was nice, blah, blah, blah. I'm leaving the Shampopos, and I Ubered to Santon. I was going to Paul. And me and Paul had a beautiful night. I felt more closer than I ever was with him, right? So Paul and I decided to get back together. I don't think it was a decided to get back together. It was just a decision of, oh, okay, we're talking now. We're back. Sorry, guys, these noodles. We're back together. We're doing this thing again. I don't know if you guys can see, but I have a tear. We're doing this again. And those emotions and feelings that I used to have for him, they're coming back. Everything is just beautiful. Like, I was having a beautiful night. And then tomorrow it was back to reality. I obviously switched off my phone because I knew David would blow my phone, and he really was. And in the morning, I remember when I went home, David called, and he was asking where I was last night, and I was like, you're the last person to be asking me blah, 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 blah. And I told him I was in Santon, and he was mad and whatever. And then he disappeared again. I feel like David just, he couldn't stand pain. So whenever there was pain inflicted, he would run and come back after a couple of days. So a week later, Paul and I are going strong. David is trying to get back in my life. And he somehow happened to achieve, right? To achieve in doing that. He crawled back into my arms, and we were trying to solve this, right? I don't know. I don't know what I was trying to solve. You know when you try to solve something, but you know deep in your heart that it could never work out. You know that you're still mad, but at the same time, you know that you love this person, right? And I'm obviously not going to tell Paul that David is back in my life. And I'm obviously not going to tell David that Paul is back in my life. And now I'm stuck in between these two guys, right? And so Paul is one guy that you can't cheat on. David, you could get away with it because he's not as vigilant as Paul. So so long story cut short, there was this one particular night where David and I went to studio, right? He was doing something, he was working on something, and I don't know. I don't know what happened, but Paul wanted to see me the same night or afternoon. Yeah, it was during the it was during the day actually, but I spent the whole day with David, and I'm trying to. I don't know what I was doing, but I was mixed up in two situations, 2 relationships, you name it, whatever the case was, right? And I really, really cared deeply, obviously, for these guys. That's why I couldn't choose. And I remember Paul he was like sensing, he was like, I want to see you. I'm like, but I can't see you tonight, I'm busy. Imagine at 6 your girlfriend is telling you she's busy. He's like, okay, later. I'm like, when I'm done, I'll let you know, right? He took it. 8, he texts again, he calls. I'm like, I can't. To a point where Paul he's not a caller, he's a texter more than anything. Well, between our relationship was like that. I'm not a caller either, I'm a texter more than anything. So that day he started calling. He literally started calling, and I had to put my phone on flight mode because I am busy with David. Paul knew that something was wrong. In the morning, hey guys, in the morning, so because I slept, and then David came over to sleep over at my place. So because I put my phone on flight mode, right? Paul couldn't get through to me the whole night. In the morning, I'm sleeping, and then my mom literally never visits without telling me that she's visiting. That day she decided, good to Sissy, I'm coming to visit you. I'm coming to drop off groceries for you. And unannounced. And you know, in complexes, right, there's a parking allocated for each and every flat. And that's even beyond the point. The point that I'm trying to get to is that the security at the gate, they were trying to call me to ask if they should let my mom in, right? And I was just not picking. So they had to come knock at my door and say, yo, your mom. So my mom has been waiting downstairs the whole time. And I had to wake David. I'm like, yo, my mom is here. David is busy getting dressed. I went downstairs to go see my mom, and she brought me groceries. And I think my mom already also saw that there's someone with me, because my parking where she usually parks, there's a freaking BMW parked there. Hey guys, yes. My mom just looked at me. She was like, yo guys. She was like, she just came to check up on me. She was, I don't know, driving from where, and she thought she should come drop off groceries for me. And I was like, oh, thanks, mom. That time, you know. And then she left because I think she got the picture, and she was really not in the mood, and she had to go to work as well. So she wasn't in the mood to start arguing with me. I went upstairs. I get upstairs. David is dressed. He's like, he needs to get, I think he had a meeting or something like that. So he had to go to a meeting. And then obviously, as David walks out, what a mukbang. I'm not eating, but I'm doing a mukbang. So obviously, David had to thingy. He had to leave, and that's when I actually picked up my phone and took it out of flight mode, and I saw messages rolling in. Was it not Paul? Paul was sending text after text after text, and my one response was like, babe, my mom collapsed. I couldn't think of a story, guys. Like, I was just like, what is going on? You know, I was like, my mom collapsed. I'm with the kids. I just came up with the lame excuse, and obviously Paul is not stupid. So he was like, oh, is it? Right? I thought I got away with it. Yeah. So I'm the kind of person, guys, even now, right? I don't open my curtains and hold them. Like, I literally open the whole thing whereas it will show the rail. Like, I'll open everything, right? So I opened everything, and as I opened, you could see if I opened, people that are passing. My apartment was facing not the highway, but a very busy road of the entrance, right, in Pretoria. So you could see from outside when I opened the whole curtain. So there I am, after talking to Paul, I'm thinking, yay, I really managed to do this. Paul, guys, is literally parked there. So when I opened the curtains, right, I saw a mark. But I was like, I didn't think it could be anyone I knew. I was just like, whatever. Open the curtains, whatever. As I opened the curtains, did I not receive a call from Paul? And there I am just answering the phone right in front of the window. It wasn't even a window, guys. It was like a slide door. Did Paul not... You know what? When I answered, I was like, hi, babe. He was like, so this is how the hospital looks like. Yo. Guys, I ran to the other room. I was living in a 2-bedroom apartment. I ran to the other room. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. I was like, I really did. I didn't know. Yo, Paul was so mad. I've never seen Paul so mad. I've never seen him so mad. He was like, so you're trying to make... I can't remember everything he said, but I remember convincing him, because you know when a person is your person, you know how to convince him. I convinced him to come upstairs. So did Paul not pay the security guards to tell him who exactly was here? Those security guards literally told him that there's a BMW coming in and out. Hey guys, it's my security. I don't know if he paid or if he was pulling my leg, but knowing him, he probably did, right? And he came in, and I remember looking at him. So I'm in a very devastated point in my life that at that point, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what I'm going to say. I told him to come upstairs. I'm just like, what am I going to do? Like, what am I going to do? And then as he walks in, I don't know what David was drinking, but my place was a mess. There was alcohol everywhere. I don't know what I was. I think I was drinking. I wasn't a heavy drinker then, right? I wouldn't drink a lot. I think I wasn't drinking, but David was, and I think he was drinking Blue Label. David was drinking Blue Label, and obviously not a lot of ladies drink Blue Label, and Paul knows that I don't drink Blue Label. So this was just a waste. I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish this. So Paul walks in, and the first thing he sees is a Blue Label bottle. And he said to me, he was like, so Kamo, since when do you drink Blue Label? No. Just when I thought I solved it, guys. There's evidence. Just when I thought I would, ramble around, and he was like, that bottle could never be yours. Long story cut short, guys, that is how I was caught cheating. I literally had to explain myself to Paul. I had to tell Paul what is happening. But that helped my relationship with Paul a little bit, because then he knew where he was standing in my life. He knew the situation I was going through. I got to be open with him. I got to tell him what happened, and he got to know about David, only to find out that David and Paul have met actually at one point, where they were both cheating on me at one point. So there was a time where Paul was with a girl and the girl's friend was with David, and they were at the same freaking chilling place, and they were both cheating on me. So that is how I was caught cheating, guys. I personally don't think it was cheating. I just feel like I was caught up in two situations. Obviously, I'm going to justify myself. I mean, obviously. But, yeah, guys, honestly, review of these noodles. They're super hot. Don't underestimate it. They are nice. But I don't think they're my cup of tea, Look, I like hot stuff. I eat hot wings, but this is on a whole different level, guys. It's, don't try it at home, kids. If don't try these at home. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to hear more stories, let's get a thumbnail. If you want to hear more stories, please do tell me what you'd like to hear about. Obviously, I do have more stories to share with you guys. And I'm single right now. David and I didn't lost because I couldn't find it in my heart to forgive him for what he had done to me. Paul and I, on the other hand, lasted a little bit longer. And then there was a time when I met my ex, I was very open with Paul again. I was like, you know what? Because after that incident, my relationship with Paul became very, very open. So I was very honest with him when I met my recent ex. I was like, I met someone that I really, really like, and I really don't want to jeopardize it. And he was like, no, I support you. I think you should go for him, and blah, 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 blah. And he really didn't disturb me in my previous relationship. He was very, very supportive. And as for David, on the other hand, me and him are still pretty good friends. We're still pretty good friends. So yeah, guys, you know what, sometimes maybe being caught is not a bad thing after all. I'm not saying do it, but that's how my situation panned out to be. Do not cheat. It is not advisable. It is only it's not for the faint-hearted. Understand that, right? Sorry, excuse me. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this story time. And don't forget to check out my Instagram page. I think I'm going to post it right after posting this video. And it's gonna last for a week, and then we'll announce a winner in my next video. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I love you guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I want to fill the whole page with kisses. The whole screen, not page. Thank you so much, guys. And yeah.